Have you ever shared a personal story only to feel like it just fell flat? Maybe you poured your heart out, shared something deeply meaningful to you, and were met with polite nods but no real connection. Or worse, you felt like no one truly understood what you were trying to communicate. Here's the truth. The problem wasn't that your experience wasn't universal enough. The problem was that you hadn't yet learned how to translate the universal within your specific experience. Today we're diving deep into the secret alchemy that transforms raw, vulnerable personal moments into universally resonant art that connects with audiences across the globe. Get ready to turn your life into compelling, relatable storytelling. Let's start with a crucial misconception. When creators say my story is too niche or my experience is too specific, they're fundamentally misunderstanding how connection works. Universal themes don't exist in abstraction. They hide within the folds of unique, specific experiences. Think about it. You don't connect with someone because they say, "I felt sad." You connect when they describe the exact weight of loneliness on a Tuesday afternoon, sitting in their childhood kitchen, hearing the refrigerator hum. That specificity, that vulnerability, opens floodgates for collective empathy. Your individual pain isn't too small or too unique. It's the doorway to shared human truth. Some of the most globally successful creators initially believed their stories were just for them. A comedian sharing their specific family dysfunction, a writer detailing their particular struggle with identity, a filmmaker capturing their neighborhood's unique culture. They discovered that by going deep into their own specific truth, they touched something universally human. But here's where most people get stuck. There's a crucial difference between an anecdote and art. An anecdote is raw material. It's, "This thing happened to me." Art is curated experience. It's, "This thing happened, and here's exactly how it felt, why it mattered, and what it means." The transformation requires technique. The most powerful tool in your arsenal is show, don't tell. Don't say you were anxious. Describe your hands shaking as you reached for the doorknob. Describe the taste of copper in your mouth. Turn internal feelings into external, relatable sensory details that audiences can experience alongside you. This also requires intentional framing. Every story involves choices about what to emphasize and what to omit. You're not transcribing your life. You're curating it for maximum emotional impact. What details serve the narrative? What moments crystallize the feeling you're trying to convey? These editorial decisions transform documentation into artistry. Now let's talk about the alchemy itself, the fusion of vulnerability and technique. True vulnerability isn't just confession. It's strategic honesty. It means choosing to share not everything, but the right things. The moments that scared you to remember. The details that felt too small to matter. The contradictions that made you human. But vulnerability alone isn't enough. This is where craft elevates your story. Master creators employ literary devices, metaphor, symbolism, strategic pacing, to amplify personal moments into universal experiences. When a filmmaker lingers on a character's hands during a difficult conversation, that's technique amplifying vulnerability. When a musician repeats a specific lyric until it becomes a mantra, that's structure enhancing emotion. Study the masters. Dissect how they take personal detail and make it universally potent. Here's the paradox of specificity. The more detailed and personal your story becomes, the more universally relatable it is. Generic statements about feeling happy or struggling with change don't stick. But when you describe the specific brand of coffee you drank the morning, everything changed. The exact song playing when you had your breakthrough, the particular way light filtered through your grandmother's curtains, these hyper-specific touchstones become mirrors where diverse audiences see their own experiences reflected. It's what I call the touchstone effect. Audiences don't connect with abstractions. They connect with the specificity that triggers their own specific memories and feelings. Your unique details give them permission to access their unique details. This brings us to the practical application. How do you actually do this? Start by taking a vague personal feeling. I felt lost during that period. Now transform it into concrete, shareable imagery. What did lost look like? Was it standing in your apartment, unable to remember why you walked into the room? Was it scrolling through your phone at 3 a.m., looking for something you couldn't name? Was it saying, "I'm fine," while your coffee got cold in your hands? These specific images carry emotional weight that the word lost simply cannot. There's also a responsibility in this work. When transforming personal stories into public art, respect boundaries, yours and others. Not every private moment belongs in your public narrative. But when you find those stories that need to be told, the ones that burn to be shared, craft them with care and intention. Because here's the ultimate reward. Witnessing your unique experience become a catalyst for connection. When someone comments, "I thought I was the only one who felt this way," When your specific story gives someone else language for their own experience. When your vulnerability gives someone else permission to be vulnerable. That's when your personal anecdote transcends into art. That's when your individual truth becomes universal connection. Your story matters. Now it's time to tell it in a way that makes others feel seen, understood, and less alone. That's the power of transforming anecdote into art.